All right, folks, the most anticipated video of all of 2019, hands down, not just because I'm doing it. And yes, I am going to start doing some YouTube videos. I'm going to build a YouTube channel, and I would love for you guys to all subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give out a lot of nuggets, share a lot of secrets, a lot of things that I've been doing in the past that has gained my success in the industry of real estate, in the industry of network marketing. I have my hands into everything, so I'll share little secrets on how I got started at the age of 15 years old in network marketing, build a success, and now I'm in real estate and becoming a real estate investor, and I had to do that all with credit. So here's this video that I want to share with you on how to hack your credit in 2019, so that way you can gain the proper score to go buy that new car, purchase that new home, or even rent that apartment that you want to rent at that takes a credit score that needs to be up above 500. So with that, let's get into the video. Let's dive right in. No holds barred. I'm going to give you a lot of nuggets on how to increase your credit score, and things that took me some time to learn but didn't cost me any money. I basically researched, and researched, learned about credit, learned how to increase my credit, and just implemented those tasks. So what I want to share with you now is I want you to actually pull up Credit Karma, right? And see what they send back to you, because they're going to tell you how many accounts you have. They're going to tell you if you have some negative items on there, and it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you $1. Another one is I believe it's called Free Annual Credit Report. I'll put a link below in the comments of the exact place to go. You want to pull your full credit report, right? Because sometimes Credit Karma only shows you about two of the credit bureaus, and we all know that there's three. Okay, so you want to make sure that they all, you're pulling for all credit bureaus. You're not just pulling from the two. And there's some things there on Credit Karma that you sometimes might not show in your full credit report. So you want to know your full credit report. Okay, the other thing is credit inquiries. A lot of people don't know this, but if you go to apply for something, let's say it's a car. Cars are the worst because they hit you a bunch of times. So let's say you go to apply for a loan to get a car. Now, what that car dealership is doing is they're pulling your credit. And when they pull your credit, you get a hard inquiry, or you go to open up a store credit card, or you do anything to that nature, anything that you have to provide a social security number to, is basically going to pull your credit. And that just, the lender wants to know that you're a good borrower, right? So you have to build a great credit report, meaning you're a great borrower. So now lenders are going to lend you some money. And so when I teach this to a lot of my students, I'm teaching them, hey, credit cards are not all bad, right? So now utilizing the credit cards, right? And so let's say if you get a $3,000 limit and you use $2,995, that's bad. So making sure that your utilization's at 30%, right? So you just want to do 30% of whatever you get lent, right? So you want to make sure that you're using that credit utilization. You want to make sure that you're really looking into the interest rate on credit cards and doing all of your homework on that credit card before you apply for it. So a lot of times people like to get the 0% interest for like 12 months or 24 months. Those are good credit cards because they don't give you any interest, and you have it to a certain time. You have to make minimum payments, and I always suggest making more than the minimum payment is due anyway, and that will increase your score as well. So there's that. There's also collections. So a lot of times people will have cable bills, will have utility bills on their credit report. That just means sometimes, life happens and you go through some problems, and it's on your credit report. Now, I am a firm believer in paying back what you owe. and doing that to the best of your ability. So if you do owe a utility bill, I would go back and pay for it, or call the collection agency. Now, collection agencies, they bought it from that company, so they bought it pennies on the dollar. So you can negotiate sometimes and get that credit off, get that account off of your credit. And I suggest calling the credit agency, the collection agency, and seeing what their terms are, and negotiate with them and get that lowered. Now, also, you can dispute it. And if there was anything wrong, like they say you missed a payment when you never missed a payment, dispute it. Now, to dispute it, I can go a little more in depth on how to dispute it, but I always recommend a certified letter. You have to show 2 forms of identification, and you have to send a letter to the credit bureaus just stating that, this account or this missed payment was not yours. And so I'm giving you a lot of tips right now that people charge you money for. So if you go to a lot of these, we'll fix your credit, and blah, 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 and it ends up costing you more than you actually need to spend. So right now, what I'm giving you is exactly what these big companies would actually charge you for. So remember, dispute, dispute, dispute. So if it looks wrong or it just doesn't seem right, dispute it. They have 3 months to reply, or else that gets removed from your credit. That just alone can boost your score 50, 100 points. Sometimes I've seen it 150, 200 points, which is a lot. And remember, it's an up and down slope. So it's kind of like the stock market, your credit score, right? So it's going to go up, and then it's going to go down, and it's going to go up, and it all depends what you're doing. So I said credit cards are good, right? But once you apply for a credit card, that's a credit inquiry, which hits your credit score. All right, so up and down, up and down. Make sure you pay on time. All the new stuff, when you get your credit up to a great score where you're applying for credit cards and you're actually getting them, your credit score is going to go down because of the inquiry, but then it's going to go up because it's going to see now you have money behind you. Now people are lending you money. Banks are lending you money, and you're a good borrower, right? You're paying on time. You're doing everything right. Before you get that new home, or before you go to apply for that card, make sure we fix these things. I'm also going to leave the link below to my to some of my information. You can email me. I'll leave my contact number there too, so that way you can send me a text or shoot me a call, and I'll speak to you about credit and about how I can help you to purchase that home or to get that new car, or like I said, even apartments now, or even if you want a good job, you have to have a good credit score. I remember, when I didn't have a good credit score, and I went to go apply for a job, and they basically told me no, my credit score was too bad. And I was like, what? you don't know what you're missing out. I was mad about that. But what I'm teaching you right now can help you, can give you a little stepping stone on what to do. So remember, first step, sign up for Credit Karma. All right, it's free, completely free. Then you want to pull your full credit report, and that's a free annual credit report. Like I said, I'll give you the exact address it is, but it will give you the full report. And once that report comes in the mail, or you look at it online, that's when you start to go line by line on what you should fix. And I like to always fix, maybe there's something you owed back then that was a couple $100. I go with those first. Then dispute, dispute, dispute. So we're going to dispute a lot of things. We're going to wait for that to come back, see what comes off of our credit report. Then we work from there, right? So once you get some things off of your credit report, then you want to look into, how do I add a credit card on there? How do I add credit onto my credit report? And we look into a couple things. Depending on where you're at in score, one, you might have to start with a secure card. A secure card is basically you're putting the money down on this card. So you're putting down $200 on this card, and now you have a $200 limit. and then you make sure you make payments on time. And then over time, that $200 is refunded to you. And then you start off with, a bigger limit. And then they say, hey, you've been great paying this on time. Let's give you a $1,500 limit and see what you do with that. And then once you get that, now you can apply for different cards. And then once you apply for different cards, then then you go out and you buy that car you've been wanting to buy or whatever you want to do. But I suggest you learn first, right? Learn and practice all these free stuff, because it's going to take a while. You're not going to change your credit score overnight, and any company that tells you you're going to do it is pretty much lying to your face, or they're just going to go and dispute everything and then not give you any guidance to what to do next. So that way you maintain that score, because having a great credit score for a couple days or a couple of weeks is great, but you're looking for that long-term credit. Now also, I want to speak to you about accounts. Now when you go to purchase that home, they're going to ask you, how many accounts you have open. And so if you just have that one credit card and you go to buy a house, it's not going to work, because the lender, here we go, the lender again, is going to say, well, you don't really have a great history of borrowing, right? It all goes back to that history. We want to see that history. So have you created a year of multiple accounts? Like, how many credit cards do you have? Do you have just that one secured card? Do you have that secured card in another card? So they want to look at how many accounts you have. Are your payments on time? Things of that nature. So I want to keep this video nice and short and sweet. I'm going to add some more videos. Please comment below. Let me know, what I can do better to improve the quality of my videos, or if you want to help me to improve the quality of my videos, contact me. Let's partner up. Let's talk and get this channel popping, as the young kids say, or do they say that anymore? I don't know. But my name is David Trinidad. I love to connect with each and every one of you guys, so that way we can help you with the credit and make 2019 the best year ever.